Alright, so you're definitely better than whatever it is the last game was. Like, I don't know what you were supposed to be either way. Definitely better. Still, even on hard mode, you're still too easy. Like, bruh. I mean, bruh, like, you're still too easy, even on a hard mode. I guess I'll wait until the first update drops. Kishimoto, listen, I'm sorry for everything that I said about the difficulty in the game. It's a perfect difficulty. I love it a lot. Please, don't make me go through hell again. I beg of you. This was so hard. The DLC was so hard. Pause on that, by the way. I'm sorry for whatever it is I said, bruh. I beg of you. Make the next game just a little easier than what you gave us. So, it's been about almost a year since Sonic Frontiers came out, and this game has been a blast since then. However, although the game is much better than the previous entry, wow, I'm really going to be dunking on forces in this video a lot, this game still has some issues that at the time of release, we hoped to maybe get some patches. It was revealed that not only would we be getting updates to help the game, but a full-on roadmap of a 3-pack DLC for free! Now, the DLC was released individually throughout 2023, so I'll be talking about the updates separately, and I'll be leaving timestamps below in case you want to skip to a specific update. So with that said, let's take a look at the first update of Sonic Frontiers. So, the first update, titled Sights, Sounds, and Speed, is the first of the 3 major improvements that got added to the game. This update came with a new photo mode that can be used in the open zone levels. And to be honest, this photo mode isn't bad, but it's sad to see that there's not a lot of options for you. You only get a few filters and the ability to change the camera's angles and distance. But still, although not giving many options, a photo mode in a Sonic game is still amazing to see to be included. Along with the photo mode being added, we also got a jukebox, which allows you to play select music from previous Sonic titles such as Sonic Adventure, Sonic 06, Sonic CD, and yes, even Sonic R. Only a few songs are available from the start. To find more music to add to the jukebox, you need to find music notes that are scattered around each island. Now onto the big part of this update, which gives us 2 new challenge modes. Cyberspace Challenge, which has you play through every single cyberspace level in order, with the fastest time. You'll start off by playing all the levels from one island, and then once completing it, you'll unlock the next batch of levels. When completing all of the levels, you are given one final challenge, where this time, you play all of them in one go. Make sure you get that S rank on all levels, if you wish to unlock a medal. Similar to Cyberspace Challenge, we also got Battle Rush, which is a timed-based boss rush where you must defeat every single enemy in the game. This includes the regular enemies, the Guardians, and the Titans. Just like the Cyberspace Challenge, when you finish the Battle Rush mode, you will unlock a medal. Completing both challenges rewards you with a new setting and a new difficulty level. The new setting is that you can now toggle the power boost from the open zone levels into cyberspace. And the new difficulty is Extreme Mode. One hit from an enemy and it's game over. Rings mean nothing in this mode. Besides all these new additions, the game also received a few quality of life updates. You can now toggle the cutscene for Sonic's power boost. The slot machine that occurs at night can also be toggled. A button combination was added into the cyberspace levels that allows you to instantly restart the level. And best of these updates is that you can now upgrade Sonic in bulk, when speaking to the Hermit and Elder Coco. Finally! I hated you until now! And that's it for Update 1. Sure, there's not a lot, but we're just getting started with these updates, as the next 2 updates would make the game even better. The second major update for Sonic Frontiers would go on to celebrate Sonic's birthday in Sonic's Birthday Bash. In this update, we received a new mode after completing the base game, that being New Game Plus. Once finishing the main game, the save file you select when saving will become Clear Data File, which then allows you to select said file and carry all of Sonic's gained stats into New Game Plus. But not in Extreme Mode. That's just gonna make the game way too easy. To celebrate Sonic's birthday, new cosmetics was added in. Sonic and his friends get a new party makeover along with a new HUD. The party update also changes the looks of the Coco and the islands. A new song was also added into the jukebox, which is a new DJ mix featuring more music from Sonic's past games. New Coco got added, and exchanging these guys rewards you to increase your boost gauge so you can boost for even longer. But again, you have the infinite boost trick, so I don't know why this got added in, but hey, it's still pretty cool, I guess. New open zone challenges await us. You will find new challenges scattered around each island where you must rack up a bunch of points by running, grinding, and defeating enemies. When you complete all the challenges with an S rank, you are rewarded with the Spin Dash. It's similar to the boost, however, it's slightly faster, and you can damage enemies with it. God, I feel so sorry for you, Cole, but hey, we got a great video from you at the end of the day. Some extra quality of life changes came along, with the ability to now toggle the background music in cyberspace when boosting, and when attacking, you can now also disable the dramatic camera angles. You know what else can be toggled? Momentum! You can now set the amount of deceleration when running and jumping, and you can also toggle the ability to keep boosting when jumping. Some extra songs got added in for you to collect in the open zone for your jukebox, which includes all of the movement variants of each island. And you can now see the overall completion rate of each island in the menu. When you complete every single mission and interact with every character on the island, you are rewarded with a new cosmetic for Sonic, which just adds a crown to his head. Yep. That's it. Update 2 was a really fun one. We got new open zone challenges to platform through, new moves to unlock, and a crown to wear when finishing the game 100%. So with this update finally finished, we only have one more to go. Sonic Frontiers: The Final Horizon is the final update of this game. This update was huge, both in-game and literally. We didn't know what this update was going to include, and when it finally dropped, we finally found out why. This update mostly contained a new story and new playable characters. So let's start off with the new story. And before we start, I want to say that no, this doesn't remove anything from the original game. You can still play the original ending and get everything in the base game. The new story begins with Sonic leaving a ring into Uranus. This means that everything after Rhea is now reworked from the ground up. As Sonic rushes to find the emeralds again, he's then stopped by Eggman and Sage, which tell him that there is another way of defeating the final boss. In order to fully defeat it, Sonic must regain his cyber corruption so that he can turn said corruption into power. With the help of Tails, Amy, and Knuckles, they must then work together to find the emeralds while Sonic completes some trials to prove himself to the Ancients that he is capable of using said power. After a few easy trials, Sonic meets up with the rest of the gang who already collected each emerald. The Supreme fight is the same, however after that, instead of going up into space with Sage to defeat the End, it instead comes down to Earth and takes control of Supreme. With this, Sonic must now use his new cyber corruption power to help give his super form a boost in power, with blue eyes and a red aura. After defeating the End for its first phase, you must then side-loop the cannon from its back and then give it to Eggman. And once you finish its second phase, Sonic flies into the cannon, where he then uses all of his cyber corruption power, turning him from a gold supersonic form into a blue cybernetic form, with white eyes and fangs. Eggman then shoots at Supreme and decides to pull a Sonic X on the End. shooting right through both enemies, defeating them both once and for all. The rest of the ending plays out almost the exact same way, only this time, Sage is alive with Eggman, giving us the official good ending to Sonic Frontiers. The music that was given to this update was outstanding in my opinion, giving each character their own theme songs when you play as them, as well as both an orchestral version of I'm Here, along with a cover version sung by Kellen Quinn, and a vocal version of the final boss song from the original base game, I'm With You. The story overall has a better ending than what we had gotten at first, and was one thing that we all wanted. Now let's move on to the new playable characters. Each character has their own skill tree, meaning that you can level them up and can also boost just like Sonic. Let's start with Amy. You ever played Sonic Boom Rise of Lyric? Amy has a triple jump just like in that game, and when pressing and holding the jump button again for a third time, Amy will begin to use her cards to glide through the air. She can also use the cards to attack enemies and has a similar homing attack to Sonic in Lost World, where you can hold down the button and lock onto multiple enemies and hit them all at once. She also has her hammer for some attacks and for her parry, but for the most part, she uses her cards. Which isn't a bad thing, but I do wish she used her hammer more in this game. Next up, we got Tails, which is probably the worst of all of the new characters that we get to play as. Tails can still boost and has a few skills that are useful when traveling across the map in the freaking plane from Adventure 2, but when it comes to attacking, Tails just has wrenches to throw at the enemies as a base attack. Yeah, he also has a stomp that he can attack with and other skills when leveling up, but Tails seems to be by far the weakest of the three playable characters, since for one, he's the only one who can't homing attack. And yes, he can still fly for a short period, just like in the classics. Finally, we got Knuckles. So, how does he play? You ever play Sonic Boom Rise? Okay, yes, so Knuckles is played exactly as expected. He can boost just like the others, he can perform the homing attack, and of course, he has a combat system like Sonic. Just like the others, he has a skill tree that allows you to level up to perform multiple attacks and such. However, there is one move that sort of annoys me a bit, and it's his iconic glide. So yes, just like in every game before this one, except for Rise of Lyric, Knuckles has been able to glide across each level. But before we look at Knuckles gliding in Sonic Frontiers, let's look back at the other games and see how he glides. Classics? Yep, okay, that's nice. Adventure? Oh, okay, nice. 06? Buggy game, but yep, looks fine. Frontiers? Praise the Lord Jesus Christ! What is going on? In every other game, Knuckles instantly glides forward. But in this game, there's a delay animation where for some reason, he just decides to praise to the gods first before gliding? Oh, did I forget to mention that you can also pull off the infinite jump in this game? Just like in Rise of Lyric, baby! All jokes aside, each character is fine. I got no problems, and for what this game gave us, I'm happy that we got to play as these three again since 2006. There's also new layouts for some cyberspace levels, and for the most part, they're fine. They're definitely improved on some level designs to help work with the spin dash and such, but other than that, it's fine. I did want new cyberspace levels as a form of challenge, and they gave it to us. Now we move on to what's considered to be the challenge of this final DLC update. The difficulty spike is insane. This goes for the enemy's health, the cyberspace levels, and the island exploration puzzles. Cyberspace is the worst when it comes to the difficulty spike, as now all of the objectives are different, as well as this time, there are no checkpoints. Meaning that if you die in the level, you must restart from the very beginning. Overall, the Final Horizon is the perfect way to send off Sonic Frontiers, giving us the final boss that we all wanted and not an arcade game, giving the characters more to do than in the base game and making them playable, and expanding on the lore of the game that went unanswered in the original base game. If you guys haven't played Sonic Frontiers yet, I can fully recommend that you give this game a try. These updates were free after all, and if you're gonna try this on Nintendo Switch, I'm praying for you. And that's pretty much it for Sonic Frontiers. I had a blast covering this game ever since it was first announced, and I can safely say that I will be here for the next title very soon. So without further ado, don't forget to like, subscribe, comment down below, share this video, you know what to do, and I'ma see you all very soon. for Sonic Superstars.